EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to one of the great cities of the world, London, England. Coming up, another installment of the NFL International Series, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Charles Davis, a big crowd on hand. They love American football here in the English capital. We're underway from Wembley. And with a well-placed kickoff, that's what these new rules can do for you, as they'll be backed up to start this drive.
When you're on the road, the last thing you want to do is make a mistake that brings the crowd into it. Now you're not just battling your opponent, you're battling yourself as well.
Straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Second down and 8. Well, they'll send Adams in motion left. Henry again on second down. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win. But down to a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
A gain of 7, and they pick up the first. Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down?
There's that man, Travis Hunter. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no losses. Make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Point after here coming up. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes.
He's got him in. Complete. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, LA. Tyreek Hill 6, he joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And the Rams are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. So we're back to a one-point game now as the kickoff comes. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
Hey, son, they say hot. Here we go, son.
On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick from April's draft. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big game.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
The Georgia man, Roquan Smith, came in and got it. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Here's Lawrence. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Rams are going to take over at their own 41. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. That's caught. Puka Nacua. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. To throw is Stafford. And it's complete to Adams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Stafford going to change it up here.
Hey, 5-0!
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Going to be taken in here by Nacua. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade Oluoke. And the Jags are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points are given away and could cost them a ball game?
11.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. You talk about this Rams defense. They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down.
Here we go.
Lawrence will throw. Room to maneuver at the 35. And he works free. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brian Thomas, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone.
14, Rams 6.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. Yeah, that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
Evans in formation for the Rams.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
All right, let's go. Silver.
Play action. It's Lawrence. Open man. This is Brenton Strange, the tight end. After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Hey, go, go. Go, go. Hey, James, attack. Here we go.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. The Jaguars at 500, 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brian Thomas, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Jaguars go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point attempt to follow here. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6.
Next the score, Jaguars 21, Rams 6.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time While they're playing this one, they've got to take care of business first. Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
180. And middle.
In motion, Hill. Here's Stafford. That is caught. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
That's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
At the 43-yard line.
Hey, 70. Alert.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. They'll let this go for the end zone. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Puka Nacua, 57 yards. And the Rams get a bit closer. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. How many speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
So the lead is now dwindled to 9 as the kick here is away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
35-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them. Go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
No! 24.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 41 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Hey, Lion. Son, that's son. Here we go, son.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Makes it 3rd and 5.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here is 3rd and 5.
Rip, 23. Hey, attention.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly, and you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. So they convert on 4th, and now from just outside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Lawrence. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Now Lawrence.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Hey, easy, Ralph. Here we go.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. To the right side and complete to Thomas. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Brenton Strange, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Now the extra point. And that will make this a 16-point lead.
Jaguars 28, Rams 12. Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Stafford now to throw. This will go to Henry out wide. And he is going to have a Rams first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. Stafford looks to throw again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Set! I'm going 20! Monday! It's pretty hot!
Back to throw, Stafford. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Stafford. Looking deep for Adams. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Well, a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
All right, let's go.
Here's Lawrence to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for second and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it third and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
And his kick is right there. It's good. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
A short throw there to Strange. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
Well, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On the red. All right, here we go.
Lawrence going to move him around a bit. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. First and 10.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10.
Decent 24. Focus, all right.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Bayshaw Jordan with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the 2 teams by far, and that's great complementary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will bump the lead up to 26. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover in the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Loss of 2 yards. And it's third down. Third and 14.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. This is caught at the 20. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory.
66 yards. And the Rams first down.
Here's Stafford. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Rams are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Now they'll change things around before the snap. Henry will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Williams, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Stafford. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
And his kick here is good. And that'll put us within 3 scores as it becomes now a 23-point game. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
That to the sideline and incomplete. Boy, they're going to say there's a receiver in the area. That was close to grounding, but it's 2nd down.
Hey, middle. Hey. Red 80. Stop.
Stafford.
Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked off by Foyesade Amulican. And the Jaguars are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a threat. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
At the 20-yard line.
11. Easy. Rip. 23.
Now Lawrence to throw.
That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a 1st?
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Hey, easy, route.
Now Lawrence. That is caught by Hunter. And they will finally catch him, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 41 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Here's Lawrence. Now he's going to step up and run. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Hey, Lion. Silver.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal.
On third and goal, Lawrence.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9.
Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Out of the gun, Stafford. They're going deep for Hill. And that one incomplete. They tried to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. Welcome back now here in London. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the fourth and final quarter. The Rams on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford.
He'll let this go for Adams.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Jags are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.